and one of my good old Southern boys was like, "Coach, you know Blair Academy?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you know about Blair?" And so I didn't know that Blair had the wrestling program that it did. Obviously, growing up, I knew about Kittatinny High School. I knew about High Point High School. So uh, what is it about Sussex County that is producing these phenomenal wrestlers? Right, like even years and years ago, Zach Ray from Hopakon, I think, made it to Olympic trials or made it to the. So, yeah, just I want to hear from your opinion. What is it about that makes it such a wrestling hotbed?
I think it's pretty much what we exactly talked about. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's farm-based communities, it's blue-collar communities, it's hardworking communities. Because I think of what we did from a training perspective for
Mm-hmm.
wrestling at Blair, from a GPP component of like swinging axes, swinging hammers, carrying firewood, pushing wheelbarrows, literally just like carrying your partner like up a hill, was like common practices in like kind of our training, which we didn't have a high school strength coach. And so we were like kind of behind, but we were just like that nitty gritty crowd. We had a really, really good coach. He actually, the year I got hurt was his last year at Blair, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like a next man up kind of thing. You don't win 30 plus national titles without doing a
Yeah.
lot of the right things from a school. But what I think of, and like you even look at Cale Sanderson, who left Iowa State to become the head coach at Penn State, and
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason why he wanted to go there was because Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Ohio are such hotbeds,
Yeah.
when really like 90% of those populations are from those farm-based communities where
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of functional strength. And then if
Yep.
you have a good enough coach that can steer them into kind of wrestling, winter sports, obviously you're stuck inside. So hockey can get a little expensive and there's not a whole lot of hockey rinks out in the farm. And
Yeah.
basketball wasn't really a driving force. So a lot of kids turn to wrestling. I think they do it young. A lot of parents are wrestlers. My dad was not. My dad was actually a hockey player and said, "You're
Oh,
never going to
no way.
wrestle," because he would run the hallways with the wrestlers and watch them throwing up in trash cans and running in
Yeah.
plastic bags just to cut weight. But I think just the connection between football and wrestling, the connection of kind of that GPP component, that what I know now, which I had no idea about, obviously, like when I was wrestling, I see that kind of bringing success to the sport and really just the communities that we grew up with.
Mm-hmm. No, it's